Quadrillion, good evening, namaskar. This is Engineer Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat, India on this day of 29th November 2023, Wednesday, and it's around 6:32 in evening. All right, I was talking on this episode about Power of Soul, which is title of this. Power of Soul is something which everybody cannot understand. But it's very, very easy to understand because everybody is dealing with it. Naturally, you deal with it. Maybe one is not sure. हर व्यक्ति पावर से शक्ति से आत्मा की शक्ति से डील करता है हो सकता है उसको मालूम ना हो पता ना हो उस बात को समझाने के लिए मैंने सीरियल स्टार्ट किया है पावर ऑफ सॉल एंड यूज ऑफ नंबर्स in power of soul in link to body parts that I'll come back later but I'm just trying to explain now what is power of soul आत्म शक्ति क्या है मैं पहले बता चुका हूँ दो बार I've explained to you in 2 or 3 videos about what is power of soul what is spirit what do we understand by soul can we understand something can somebody define what is soul well it's up to you how can you define but it is important that physically it cannot be defined आत्मा की शक्ति भौतिक रूप से परिभाषित नहीं की जा सकती समझने से हो सकता है भौतिक रूप से आप समझ जाएं लेकिन समझाना दूसरे को आसान नहीं होता इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट बिकॉज वी कैन नॉट सी वी कैन नॉट मेजर इट देयर इज नो मेजरमेंट देयर इज नो शेप और नथिंग which science says or you say you want to see physically we can see something with eyes we can see, understand something by mind but whatever we understand by mind that is physical entity it's not non-physical entity it's not imagination we cannot check imagination we cannot okay I can imagine but my imagination or this pictorial view of my mind is cannot be grasped by other person that's also true my imagination I know I can bring those imagination to paper maybe very approximate or very accurate or howsoever my mind says whatever there can be conducting coordination between mind and hands and I can do something I draw something I write something and that is what is called communication of mind which is supported by power of soul says to mind do it and mind is hardware as well as power is software so that mind does it screening itself analyzing itself understanding what should be communicated and goes to person who has to receive that communication or gram well I am speaking maybe somebody understands somebody doesn't understand doesn't matter as far as one day you shall understand there is no way that nothing can be understood in this world it's very easy atma ki shakti if you just concentrate on prayers, you say, "Oh, I am from this religion. I'm going to pray. I am from this and this and this." Or whatever. Say, I go to pray to the mosque or to or temple or to the sign or whatever. It doesn't make any difference because that is assumption. You can directly pray, no problem. I don't need any structure. I don't need any building. I don't need statue. I don't need any reference. My reference lies within me. Why not imagine that? In me one machine is heart one machine is kidney liver all parts they are my eyes my nose my mind so why should I need some other entity to tell me or to let me understand that through this I can reach there no it's not necessary what I say god has given me it's a shape and that is my body and that's my mind god has given me mind god has given me support of mind face nose eyes lips tongue, shoulders, legs, stomach, etc., etc., etc. And this is complete planned again and again. Say, I consider this a machine or equipment. Why you say living robot? You may say it is a living entity, living machine, which would work without any shutdown throughout tenure of life or span of life, which may vary from day one to thousands day, many thousands day. If you live for 100, it's 36,500 days. So it depends, maybe more than 100 yearly or whatever. Your this machine shall never stop. That is true. And time it stops means it stops permanently. It is permanently, you can say, relieved of that power. That power goes away. And that power can be considered electronic power, electromagnetic power, electric, whatever you can consider. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not talking this electricity. I'm talking soul electricity. I'm talking soul magnetism. I'm talking of power of soul, and that's why I say Atma ki Shakti. Atma means something inside us which operates everything. I'm dependent on. I don't know where it is located, what's function, what shape, or the energy was unit of that, but it works. हम नहीं जानते साइंटिफिकली वो क्या है, फिजिक्स में है, केमिस्ट्री में है, कुछ भी आप कह लीजिए, हमें दिखती नहीं है, लेकिन हम जी रहे हैं, हम ले रहे हैं, ये सत्य है। Somebody ask where is God, tell me, can you show me God? If I want to believe this, I have to see physically it exists, but we cannot see that God. We can feel God is there, we can feel energy is there. I can feel my body is. You say no, no, you are eating, you are doing exercise, you're living, and that's why your body is working. Yes, that's okay. I'm taking food, I take everything, and then my body works. But who operates this question is that? Who puts energy in that? How I am working now, and maybe after a few minutes I am not working, I go away. How does it happen? This difference, this gap of living and non-living is clear indication that some some energy that can move you, that can operate one person or whosoever, is very significant from every viewpoint, and that is what we have to understand. Maybe people are not interested in knowing this issue, this topic, this subject, but it applies to everyone, it relates to everyone. You cannot avoid it even if you are not happy. You agree or you don't agree. If somebody says, oh, sun doesn't exist, I don't believe in it. Okay, don't believe. Sun is not going to ask you. Work of natural agents are not going to ask you. You believe them or you don't believe them. They work without your instructions. They know what is their responsibility, what are their responsibilities. Same thing, our soul knows what is responsibility of that entity for this casing or this housing that is called body. Body is an housing. Yes, that's true. And that soul works for living of this. It supplies energy to the housing for whatever purpose. So all organs work, all organs work, and this energy is taken. There's a system how it I understand is how does it flow from which point to which point, from which number to which number, from which location to which location, from where it comes and from where it goes. That is just imagination, but it works. I explained in the first one that there are so many points and other bodies from number one to number two, three, four, six, seven, eight, etc., etc. And I told you locations of that number. I'm not going to repeat that. And later on, I will talk this. I'm just trying to explain. They have to understand that there's something in everyone. Even in non, you can say trees, you can say or such which also grow up like I grow up. Trees grow up, branches grow up, crop grows up. Of course, it's tender a little, and there's so many. You can say nature works. We cannot say it doesn't work. Maybe we are living on Earth, but do we know how much about this? Scientifically, we know. Geotechnically, we know. But common person, how much knows? We know, okay, it rotates in its perpetual axis. It rotates in orbit around sun. Yes, but how and for what? Can you even imagine they are saying this is the nine planets in the solar system? But these planets they have got no structural foundations. Just like we construct a building and we say okay, we have to investigate properties of soil and we have to see how much load it can take, and then we have to provide foundation and columns and beams and etc. etc. Whatever we do or whatever structure we produce, we provide some resistance in that. But what about Earth? It's also very big structure. You can't imagine it's 12,500 kilometer in diameter. This is globe, spherical, and all planets like this is I'm talking about. If you take Jupiter or if you take Sun itself, is a lot of difference exists. If you compare size of Sun and size of Earth, it's very tiny. If you stand on Sun, that I say I stand on Sun, I will see where my Earth is, what size of Earth is. It may be hardly 2 millimeters. Can you see? I understand that. And if you see here how the size of the sun, also it's about 200 centimeter, 200 millimeter in circular diameter. I'm just trying to tell what as it means 15 kilometer, 150 million kilometer from here, located sun, whatever is the approximation, and 76 crore kilometer is located Jupiter. This means how many billions total total solar system, I can say just draw a circle around that solar system. What's the diameter of that? And that is the point in the sun. Means all these entities have been working systematically without any problem. There's no change, no variation, no alteration, no error. But we do something, we cause error. This means there is something very important, very significant. There's some very strong engineer and mathematician sitting there in name of God who works for this. This means there is some power behind these. Earth has got some power, sun has got some power, every plant has got air itself has power, and these all keep rotating axially on their own perpetual as well as around sun in orbital movements. This means some power must be there. And that's why I'm saying we are also living. We can't change system. My body, if you say a person is healthy, there's a system which it follows, and every body system it follows. How does it happen? If you ask some doctor will say, okay, it's a system, it's medical science, this does this way and this. That doctor will tell you function of each and every body or complete anatomy of body and how coordination is done between mind and all parts of body and how does it happen. But nobody will tell you who is ultimate controller of this. Or they will say this automatic mind controls everything. But who controls mind? Questions that. You see, if you say there are two types, the one is body death, the one is mental death, or mental mind is not working. So person bodily fit, but mind not fit. Likewise, say there is understanding we have to clarify is who operates this, who is responsible for that, and that is what I'm trying to share with you. Understand it is power of soul. I can't see that with this physical entity of, of my eyes. I can't see that. I can see stars. I can see sun. I can reach stars which may be 10 to power 27 kilometers away. 10 to power 27 kilometers. I say 10 to power 27 means if you just write one and then you place 27 zeros or 23 zeros likewise, that could be minimum distance from Earth to star, and similar number of stars are there which we can calculate. It's not accurate, nobody can count that, but why say if my mind has that much power which is linked to nature, and through mind every part of my body is connected to nature, and nature in solar system is only whatever we say air, solar energy, vacuum, and whatever we get water. Likewise, these are supporting units for everyone in Earth, including men or no men, human or no human, animals, and even plants or natural entities in underwater bodies like sea and ocean. So these all have certain powers behind, and this we can say power of soul, and unit of which we can say, or if you just want to see how powerful soul is, means what is power of spirit in that, how is that we can say person is spirited or person is not spirited, that we have to get to classify. Oh, this person is spirited, this means this person has got much energy, that person if follows something or goes somewhere, that person would certainly do that intellectually, brilliantly, physically. Likewise, won't see timings and all that, and leave no stone unturned. That's what you say. And that is very important part where to see if I understand by some formula. I'm not explaining some book. I'm just trying to say what I feel. And what I feel means something is generated in my mind. I can't simply, it's not poetry, it's not 10 short stories, it's not some press, it's just some say what I'm thinking, I'm telling you. So thinking is a principal requirement if you want to understand something. If you are a child, you start thinking, or somebody thinks and tells you what it is. But thinking at mature stage is very powerful. Thinking is soul unit that can change entire life of a person. Thinking means you are a person who uses mind. Whatever the topic, whatever subject, it's very important thing. And thinking gives you get one answer, then that answer becomes a question again, and you find another answer, likewise for again becomes a question, and then find likewise so many answers available, and so many questions are also available. You have to find answers for everyone, and there can be a group of questions and group of answers and further answers, which is system you can say there can be all. You got many informations, and this is a group of information which you have to study again and again. And the grants is a kind of research for innovation work. Research can lead you to some innovation also, and that's just the purpose of communication. Media leads you to coordination media. You have to find answer to final answer, which can be done only by using system of coordination. So what mind does? Mind controls all parts of body, and mind controls itself also. It's self-controller as well. It's a self-instructor. It's instructing others. It's coordinating with others to fulfill requirement of each and every part from top to bottom. And it also see that these parts work according to their own requirement, their own design. There should be no upper or lower limit, but this should work optimally so that person remains, I can say, active and healthy and intelligent. Every person is intelligent. Of course, degree may vary. A person never thinks is also intelligent because that person can see, can hear, can go, can walk, can do everything. Eat means do some level of thinking, and that thinking is very important. The lowest level of thinking one person has got in, and that thinking is very important just to live or survive. And there are persons go up in thinking level, they go to higher levels and they may become intellectuals, brilliant, and you may say research geniuses, or you may call them sometimes, they forget what they thought, but mind becomes so powerful. They go on thinking and thinking, and their mind becomes so powerful, so weighty in your heart. This mind, the mind so busy that you can't compare, you can't measure it. And that is really very significant part of life. And that's what I'm trying to understand soul, because soul is the only energy that can make myself change, transformed. It doesn't matter what age mine is, what mind, whether I'm old, I'm young, but mind can never be old, mind can never be young. It's mind can manage every part of body. Mind can transfer energy from its developed store to every part of body according to requirement, which will vary from time to time, from level to level, from age to age. And you can say sometimes your sickness is also gone. I'm not saying it helps sickness, but energy levels are changed for every part, and part becomes active per requirement, and sometimes even 40%. So, oh my God, healthy, I have to work. So what I'm saying is power of soul is something that it is very easy to experience if you cannot intellectually analyze it. Experience is attained by everyone. Only difference somebody tries to understand that experience, what is criteria behind it, who is supporting that. But sometimes you just say, okay, this is work I have done. I don't know how I did it. You don't know how you did that. That's only question mark. Why don't you know? If you did this job, did you do it? Did you know it before you do it? But you did it. Did you know before doing this? If you know that, yes, I knew it. This means you know that job. Otherwise, sometimes it happens just by chance. You say, oh, it happened by chance. I don't know. I reached this area by chance. I don't know how to reach. I never anticipated. I never even imagined. I never planned I will reach there, but I reached there. And that's the important point. Means it's not so easy to answer. But it happens sometimes. You say, oh, I worked a lot. I don't know. I thought for many days, couldn't get the answer. Oh, today by chance I got an answer. I don't know how, but you might not remember. Sometimes dreams help you. Dream is the world of soul itself. Dream is that part of soul. Your soul works freely without constraint of body parts. That's called dream. It moves its developed energy, and then in developed energy it moves itself within that. And there are many levels of developed energy which can go on changing and changing every time depending on your intellectual power. And you can memorize, you can say restore, you can store information, and that information can be retried with your time. And sometimes you confuse when oh, I'm not doing this, I thought many times, I tried many times, couldn't get the answer to my questions, are very complicated ones, complex ones, I don't know what to do. Okay, don't worry, relax, control them, but let rest control them. Sometimes rest controls, because in rest mode turbulence of cells cease. Turbulence of, what is turbulence? Maybe some people don't know. I'll explain that one. Turbulence of cell cease. and laminar flow or no flow stays reaches. When every cell takes its place and you are free of turbulence, then cell which got information for answer you were researching or searching, it delivers automatically because it's projected for program was there in that place by your consent, by your continuous thinking, and that program automatically picks up that answer. What I'm explaining about turbulence and non-turbulence. So turbulence or laminar is the water. When you say water flows, water goes turbulence, water goes laminar flow. Yes, there are two types of flow. When water flows in very small layer, you can say very very small layer. It flows with, for example, you are washing your floor or you wash something. It's very very like flat, and that flow doesn't move from here very fast, goes very slow in motion, and that can be called a flow which is laminar. It doesn't give turbulence, but turbulence means it has got no layer, it's complex, only dynamic. It's not like laminar. And there are technical, there are fluid mechanics issues. I'm not going to say here. I'm saying turbulence in mind must be understood. In turbulence, you are nervous. In laminar state of stability, mind is free and it can use your power correctly with formalized way or empirical way, whatever way it does, based on experience or based on whatever theory or based on whatever formula, and you get answer, and that's where power works. You should know that those people who calculate a lot, who think a lot in their education or in their work and profession, you'll find them sometimes, of course, confused, but sometimes very brilliant and sometimes lost also. Lost in a way they're not physically or mentally they are lost in their own world, in their mind world, which because they enjoy it, they love. I'm lost, I'm confused, I'm this and that, I'm mixed up. Okay, I'll talk to you later on. But that is very powerful, because sometimes it takes some time, and sometimes we got so many informations together. These are not properly coordinated. We got information, we have to see each information one by one, and then we have to see how does it link to other one or connect to other one. If it's connected, fine, we say, oh, we coordinated that. Otherwise, okay, let's keep it separate till this, take up later on. Now we go on this one, which is directly to same that 20 information you have, maybe two more you require, but you don't have that. After completing those, you will find, oh, some more deficiency exists. It's not compatible with each other. I require more information, and that you can say it's a kind of work of coordination, what the technical coordination or otherwise it is. And you have to know technicalities of that, at least superficial or so superficial, if not in details. And that's work of coordination. So what I say, power of soul is a coordinator. A power of soul is fuel for coordination. And coordinator here is work of mind or structure of mind. Structure of mind, you can say, it's not itself a structure working, but it's different. It's like equipment, or you can say computer hard disk, which is used by software. Same way, mind structure or brain structure is used by that soul, and it requires it studies itself. It's you not be there. Your requirement is not there. It is so powerful, it's so fed up or inculcated in its way by that system, which is God's system. It itself works automatically, automatic. It doesn't care for your some computers. It has got its own inbuilt computers and everything. It tells, it examines and scans every part of your body and see what energy is required, what time, and what is typical of this. And this maybe it has got some chart or some tabulation which tells for this stage this much is required, for that stage this is required, and during sleep this is required, and during working this is required, and during tension this is required, and how to relax and how not to relax. If person is very much tired, something, it gives more energy so the person gets relieved. That's my experience. I'm not saying this written in some book. Again, I'm saying it's not written in a book. I didn't have the one, but my book is here. Your book should be here. Everybody's book is here. Even though you write a book, it is somewhere here recorded, because you can't write otherwise. You can't think otherwise. You can't speak otherwise. If I'm speaking to you, something must be there in my mind. I don't know where it is, but something God must have given something. So go, gentlemen, go and do it. Oh, students, go and do it. It's your job. But I'm putting it. Don't worry. Don't wait. Don't do that. It's automatically it shall rain into your mind, and you'll pick up that, and don't put an umbrella on that. You didn't get anything. So don't worry. I am there. It is my baby. I'm sending to you. It's my network soul. I'm trying to send information required for you, and you enjoy this information for it. It's not exactly for you. I'm saying it's not for personal use. You can use it personally, but for others it is. You have to disseminate this information to others because you can do it as a power. Other person don't have power, so you can help that person use this power. How to use this power? That five say there are limited people in its account, in God's account, or you can say representation. It's very important part. Everybody cannot be representative of God, and with those whom he thinks, oh, this person can be appointed to be attorney, my attorney in earth or in mind, that person is given complete information because that's not the educated one. He educated on earth, educated from there, and that's capacity to understand that information, and that information comes to that qualified person, and that person can disseminate to others who are junior, who require that. Maybe he's a professor, a scientist, or not even professor of science, but general person, and that person can tell you, okay, they should have done like this, but this one can write a book, or give a lecture, or talk something, and so whatever it is, and that information reaches to network or whatever it is, and persons, everybody gets information, and then that's the purpose of problem. I mean, my information is not for me. In fact, okay, it comes to me. What shall I do that? Suppose I thought information. What shall I do that? What's use? I keep with me. I'm not concerned. It's not my objective that I should earn money from that. No, that's not objective. My information, whatever comes to me by whatever source, whatever power, it is not for me. What shall I do with that? If I'm talking about pot of salt, if I don't speak with you or you don't give this talk, means what shall I put this? I can use only for my purpose, and that's everybody has got. Means it is then unique purpose for one person, but I say it should be used by everyone. So dissemination of information is very very significant. आप बात को फैलाइए समझ के. आप देखिए कि जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल रही है उस पावर से, उस शक्ति से, भगवान से, जो हम कहते हैं, वो खाली मेरे लिए नहीं है कि वो मुझे दे रहा है, मेरी वैल्यू समझ रहा है, मेरे को रिप्रेजेंटेशन दे रहा है, अच्छी बात है। मैं ये समझू कि मैंने इससे पैसे नहीं लिए, मैंने फ्री में बता दिया इसको। मैंने क्या बता दिया? मेरे पास था क्या? कुछ नहीं। मैं तो ऐसे ही बैठा था जैसे आप बैठे हैं। मेरे पास कुछ चीज़ आई, मैं पोस्ट ऑफिस समझ लीजिए, मैंने उसको एड्रेस पे भेज दिया। आप ये कह सकते हैं मैं एक पोस्ट डाकघर हूँ। हालाँकि डाकघर नहीं हूँ, लेकिन एक बताने के लिए, समझाने के लिए मैं डाकघर बन गया। क्या हो गया? ना तो वो मेरी इंफॉर्मेशन थी, वो उसकी शक्ति थी। आप भी उस शक्ति से बने हैं, आप भी शक्ति के हैं। हो सकता है वो आपको अभी नहीं अपॉइंट कर रहा है उस काम के लिए, जब तक आपका एक लेवल नहीं आ जाएगा वो आपको भी देगा। इसमें गलत क्या है? भई आप भी उसके हैं, मैं भी उसका हूँ, हर कोई उसका है। लेकिन उसको अपना काम भी निकालना है। तो जिस चीज़ को वो देखता है कि ये अभी इस लेवल पे आ गई है आत्मा, तो इसको दे दो। पैसे की बात नहीं है यहाँ। पैसा जब वो नहीं ले रहा तो मैं कैसे ले लूँ? सूरज की रोशनी के आप कितने पैसे देते हैं? हवा के कितने पैसे देते हैं? समुद्र के कितने पैसे देते हैं? सोलर सिस्टम के कितने पैसे देते हैं? सांस चलाने के कितने पैसे देते हैं? बॉडी के कितने पैसे दिए आपने जब पैदा हुए? आपके आपके पेरेंट ने कितने पैसे दिए? नहीं दिए। दिस मीन्स to understand soul is very wide subject. It applies everywhere, cannot be avoided, and if somebody thinks to avoid, it is complete nonsense. It can never avoid it. We have to be very clear in this approach. Many people ask me, so you are doing this, you're doing working on this profession of power of soul, you're working on applied spiritual numbers, or this they call general numerology. I'm not doing any numerology, to be very frank again, and I say whatever numbers I use, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and my formula I apply in them. There's all my own derived formula. I'll explain to you later on. I talked to you many times through videos, but maybe people are not so happy or interested in that. But these are not relevant to any money earning. This is neither numerology, not palmistry, nor it is any other thing. It's just very, very symbolic form. I don't know how I started this. I also don't know. To be very frank, I got no education, no profession of soul, no profession of, you can say, spiritual world. It's not a profession just because I got it. So I think, why did I get it? That thinking I have to do. I have to ask myself. I have to raise question to my soul. Why did you give me this? My question lies to Saul and from Saul and within Saul. Because there may be many layers of soul in my body and body. That's what I'm saying. I ask my soul to answer it, answer given to be my soul, and then to receive my soul, and then it has to come to me. So my question remains same with me, and I got answer. Oh, don't worry. Why you are worried? It's our concern. We have given you. You don't abuse it, just use it. And I used to understand that it is not my property; it's property of universe. It shall neither be your property. It's property of universe. Knowledge is light. Knowledge is power. It's written on many, many books. Gyan Shakti hai. Gyan Shakti hai, we say. Knowledge is power and darkness is not power. But I say darkness is also power for my consideration. Because if you don't understand darkness, if you can't go into darkness, you cannot find secrets. If you just stay in light, in illumination, you cannot see other part of this. That is also important. Many people raise questions about this, not in this subject. Let's say, oh, there is negative approach. Don't go for negative approach. Many scholars speak like this, but I say I have to go for negative approach also, because without negative in mathematics, positive cannot survive. You may ask why. What is positive and what is negative? Is it only sign, or it has to go something with existence? What is positive, which we say positive? What I understand that can be seen, that can be physically seen, which eyes can see. That is positive, means it is posed to everyone. Just like solar system, sun is, you can say, seen, right? It is seen, we can see it physically, we can see by eyes, we can see body. So which is seen perfectly, that can be called positive. And which cannot be seen, which is hidden, that can be or invisible but survives or exists. Hidden but exists. Hidden but exists, I say, that is negative. It is not bad, and positive, it is not good. Both have same value, same function. Without negative, positive cannot work, and without positive, negative cannot see what wrong it has done. We have to be clear, there is nothing in negative world which can harm you, because real world is negative world. If you say that, because controller lies in negative world, not in positive world. And if you want to see controller, you have to go to negative world, which is called invisible world, or you may say dark. In darkness, knowledge lies in. Is not seen, but it lies in. For example, what is inside mind, I don't know, but knowledge there. What is in how a baby is generated? Do you ever think? You may say, oh, this is medical, this is procedure, blood collection, and seminal. No, that's okay. That is physical, that is medical, that is biological. Oh, I'm saying, who does it? Who does it? Oh, you may say it's parent. No, parent cannot do that. They are also physical entities. What I'm to say, what about construction of a baby's body? Formation of construction, procedure of construction, mechanism, and manufacturing process inside womb. Can you ever realize this? Which body is there? Which power station is there to give light? Which power station give the air supply? You say, oh, it's through mother. Okay, but who? How? Who does it? Who operates it? That is very important point. Though, though you can say certain literature is available about powers or energies that are available in womb and vaginal portion, in exposed portion. There are so many powers by so many names, which I'm not going to speak here because people may misunderstand. Though I can explain names which I know from various literatures, but subject is not that. Some manufacturing from there, baby gets food also there automatic. From where? From plants. From, you can say, plants which are available in breast to plants. This means some power is working. What's that power? People, oh, this is Upar Wala, this is God. This okay, that is name you're giving, but how does it work? My trying, my approach is just to understand, just to visualize, just to apprehend that exists and that works through wireless network, that works to, you can say, something which is beyond, the powerful beyond your wireless network, your internet network, your, that you cannot see. It can penetrate through walls, it can penetrate to buildings, it can penetrate to this body which is very soft, and that is power of soul. It's much more powerful, many times more powerful than sun rays and X-rays and all that. And we use that power. It can penetrate within every presence, every article, every material. No one can stop it. And that power, you think, is so powerful, so workable. What is value of that? That is also very important point. What is value of that? How it is built? Who builds the controls? Where is it stored? And how it is stored? What's the point? What is structure that, or you can say, what's the box that stores it? Just like you said, nuclear world, the nuclear structure, nuclear plants. This, you can say, activation is done, chain reaction is done in this box, in this system, in this structure. But what about this? That point has to be answered. I'm not trying to complicate my talks, but I'm just trying to say my comprehension, my approach to understand, and your approach may be different, but ultimately, sometimes we start thinking about whatever, and then thinking goes in multi levels and multitude, and then you have to establish something, just like we write 0, 1 to 3 up to 9, and then we say, okay, 1 to 1, and there may be 0 to 1, there may be many, many points, and decimal points, and 1 to 2 decimal points. Likewise, 0, and you go back, track, this will go to negative 1. Oh, this is 0, but this is minus 1. This is minus 2, likewise, on y-axis, negative, or x-axis, negative, z, likewise. And you can see there are so many points in that. And that's what I'm trying to say. It is very important mathematics, and mathematics is not simply mensuration or calculation. It is complete structure and body. Every part of body, if you just see, by say, let's consider this way, you just section out every part of body. Section, just take this section, or just say you just pass a plane out through your head, you'll find this circular or curved object. The nose is also circular, curved. Same way every part of it. Likewise, this is a system which says something. So there is a system of soul itself. Soul, which you call atma in our language, is unknown, is, you know unknown in a way that we can't see it, we can feel it, we understand it, we use it. And people may call, oh, is this person is energetic, they consider energy is physical, but they don't understand physical energy is also supported by energy, which can be called soul energy or natural energy or unknown energy or free of cost energy. That energy is not charged by anybody, but if you want to buy some energy in market, you have to go to gymnasium to excite yourself, that costs you. That's what I'm saying. Soul is some gift. Soul is gift by my godfather or godmother, or whatever you say. Replace father and mother with just God, or that power, superpower, which which is responsible for everyone, which designs everybody, which designs your mind, your body, your collection. It gives helps all time. It never stops helping you. It doesn't ask you for any payment or something, but you receive, and you do not know you are receiving something, because you don't care for that. It's given you free, so you don't care for that. Oh, God shall take care of this. You say many easily, many times easily. Oh, don't worry, this is a problem. God is there. God shall take care of this, and we speak like that. But I don't say that's not right attitude. God shall take care of you. Don't ask that. It God would do, but you are representing, and you have to take care of your work. Your work is your work. Do not delegate it to God. Do not send back it to God, because God wants to see that you are capable of doing that. It may be your protection, your support, your self-defense, your power, your for execution work, your judicial work, or whatever work. Application of mind is very important, and application of mind is only money You got in forever. It shall develop further and further, and it is only belonging that goes to you when you are demobilized from this planet, or you can say when you leave this planet. I would not use some other word because you have to survive even after leaving this body, and that survival is in form of soul, and soul is your true friend. And you can say otherwise also that everybody is soul. हर व्यक्ति आत्मा है। आत्मा कोई बीइंग नहीं है, एक वर्ड है, एक शक्ति है। इस शक्ति के बिना हम रह नहीं सकते। उसको आप भगवान कह लीजिए, भगवान का जूनियर कह लीजिए, भगवान कह लीजिए। आगे चलने के लिए शक्ति की क्युमुलेशन होती जाती है आपकी, और एक वक्त आप भी इतनी शक्ति रखते हैं कि आप सेल्फ ऑपरेटिव हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि जब शक्ति बढ़ जाती है तो वो आपको सेल्फ डेलीगेशन भी दे सकता है। We have to understand this point. You become so powerful in energy, and that energy should be used for constructive work, and that is very important part or charter that God gives you. God says you have to improve my work. I have done this work, you have to improve this, and for that purpose I'm sending you to the earth. Not because you want to go there, you enjoy, I don't mind, but improve it. I did it with hard work, with hard conception, but I have no time. I intend that you go there and do this job for making it much more better than what or raw material I delivered, and that raw material is planet Earth or other planet. Consider this a raw material, and you refine it, fine it, and use it, but don't destroy it. And that is important point. What we understand by power of soul, then making is always important, is always better rather than if you consider breaking, because making and breaking work on same track. Making and breaking cannot be separated. Just like thinking and non thinking cannot be separated, killing and non killing cannot be separated, fire and water cannot be separated, but can be used or abused. Think of fire is very powerful. It doesn't think anything, it just comes in contact with whatever objects and to whatever properties it starts working on that. But there's another entity, and that's water, which has power to suppress, fight with fire, right? This means both entities can be separated. Either it will evaporate water, or water extinguishes fire. Try to understand. Water can extinguish fire, and also fire can evaporate water. Both possibilities do exist. Same way, if you want to make something, you can make, or if you want to break made up thing, you can break. Breaking is always easy, and making is always very time consuming, very powerful energy requirement. But making means permanent, and breaking means permanent destruction until it is redone. Same way, thinking and not thinking, tension or no tension. People say, I got stress, I got tension, but I don't mind that. If you got tension, this means you had something to do with that, something you had done. Otherwise, why should you have tension? And tension, in fact, is a structural engineering word. There's no tension in mind. Mind is free, it's always free. If you use it, it's more happy, it feels more happy. Unnecessarily use. You are only stressful until solution is not delivered. Once you find solution, your tension shall become comfortable compression. So I'm enjoying and we're happy today. I got that answer. I'm very happy. I had been struggling for that. I got that answer. So your fatigue shall go away and you feel comfortable. And that's very significant point we say in power of soul. And likewise, I say, for example, I use number one. I say, oh, I'm got getting authority. I'm going to enter there, or I'm going to come back from there, or I want to do something, or to start something. So we say, okay, if you want to enter something, Don't forget you have to come back also, or you can say you ingress somewhere, you have to egress also. Both are together. You cannot say, oh, I just entered, I forgot way, how can I come back, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. One means just like, okay, entry and exit are always together. If you enter, you must know exit. If you have some authority or power, say, oh, I have authority, and you have start having pride. No, you have authority for doing some service. This means you must have responsibility. If you have authority, you are attached in sequence with obligation, with responsibility, with obligation, with liability, and you can say you have to do job. And if you do not do job successfully, that authority becomes polluted, and that can be eliminated and removed from your responsibility, your job. And that's why I say entry, exit, authority, responsibility, obligations. Likewise, you can say material is there. For example, whatever material body itself is material, stone is material, soil is material, but we have to see that material in itself cannot act, it in itself cannot work. Somebody has to come and take this material and work on that. So, material is only entity which cannot do anything on its way, but it can be used. So, as I said, authority, power, obligation, responsibility, entry, exit, making, breaking, thinking, not thinking, destruction, non destruction, and otherwise you can say decision, tension, and when you say controls, organization. For example, if you say I want controls in my life, okay, fine, you are a very good person, you want power, controls, you want to take controls, but for what? Question is, for what? Can you think? Control you want, fine, we give control, no problem, but for what? What do you do with control? Just a question is, I want to control whole world, I want to control this country, I want to control my profession, I want to control this project, I want to control this position. But okay, for what? What do you want to control? Power of soul is asking you, what you're I'm power of soul. You can control only when there is something available. Got my point? If something is not available, what shall you control? Nothing. You cannot control anything. If it is not available, and what is requirement of availability? What should be available that I have to control? And that is called organization. Organized activity, organized work, organized system, or you can say system which you have to build, or it's already built. Both situations are possible. You have to build or it is already built. We have to understand this point in every way. Otherwise, there remains no meaning. Let me put off my switch for a meanwhile so that battery is full. Just a minute, please stay together. Sorry, I have to put up both items. Okay, now, of course, I'm seeing some problem. Okay. Now, what I'm saying, you require organization. If you can build organization or if you can organize, you can understand what you have to do. Job description is available. And if you do job, if you organize, certainly whatever you do, you shall define your duties first. Then you will define duties of others. And then you see we can check what is to be done and what has been done. That way control comes in. Control on its own cannot come in. There can be no blank control, there can be no blank organization, and there can be no blank authority. So I say control and organizations are linked. I'm an organizer. Okay, fine, you're good. But are you working? Oh, yes, I have defined my work. I'm controlling. Means something is there or you have to do something. Independently, nothing is irrelevant. Everything is relevant. Everything is linked. That's why all numbers are linked. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are linked. And these combinations are also linked. That's what I have to discuss in numbers related to solve. And that's the important part because our body parts are linked, are connected, network is connected, something is serving, something is being served. Someone is using it, someone is giving it. Someone is a software, someone is hardware. But information is important. These are all tracks, all nets we have to use according to requirement. And that is where power of soul and soul itself work. That's what I understand. Sometimes what we start so it's very difficult. I don't understand it how to do it, but I can start it. Maybe you make some mistake, you make some error, but your soul is there. Don't worry. If you have that subject preliminary also, you can go on doing this and solve because you're honest, you are sincere, you have hunger to do it. Maybe some errors you make it, and step by step go on without any problem. The time comes, it may take some time to start with. It may take some more time than required, you can say. But you move and move and move, and time comes when you understand everything about that. And so, oh, I got it. I'm finding this way now. Oh, I'm also finding this way. I'm finding that way. Oh, if I change here, something happens. This means you are doing job. You are learning also, and that learning is very important. That learning and also lessons learning out of mistakes are very significant part of life. Whatever I do based on my experience and knowledge which I learned through education. But that is not final also. My job teaches me more and more. My work teaches me more and more. My error teaches me more and more. Same way, mind gives an opportunity to everyone to learn more and more, to do more and more. And if you cannot learn, then you did not learn in your education also. If you are open to learning in your whole life, on job or from everybody, and you are able to teach also, this means you are really educated person. You understand meaning of education, meaning of learning, and meaning of working, because both are interconnected. Education is never alone. No degree is perfect in life without application. Whatever you learn, it must be done, it must be experienced, it must be understood in all aspects. Otherwise, learning got no meaning. अगर आप कुछ भी सीख लें, कितनी भी डिग्रियां ले लें, एजुकेशनल डिग्रीज का कोई मतलब नहीं है अगर आप उनको अपने जीवन में, दूसरों के जीवन में उसको कार्य नहीं करते। अगर आप कार्य करेंगे तो वो उससे भी ज़्यादा आप समझेंगे जो यूनिवर्सिटी में आपने समझा, क्योंकि वहाँ आप पैसा भी लगा रहे हैं, मटेरियल भी लगा रहे हैं, सब कुछ लगा रहे हैं, रिस्क फैक्टर भी है। लेकिन यूनिवर्सिटी में वो सब नहीं था। पर ये दूसरी यूनिवर्सिटी है, इसको हम कहते हैं वर्ल्ड यूनिवर्सिटी। वर्ल्ड यूनिवर्सिटी, इसमें कोई सेनेट नहीं होता, इसमें कोई डीन नहीं होता, इसमें आप ही टीचर हैं, आप ही स्टूडेंट हैं, आप ही माइंड हैं, आप ही थीसिस हैं, आप ही रिसर्चर हैं। हाँ, आपके सीनियर हैं, एक ग्रुप है, लेकिन एक्सक्लूसिवली आपको एफर्ट्स कर रहे हैं। कोई नहीं बताएगा, आपको काम दिया जाएगा। बात बहुत छोटी भी है, बहुत बड़ी भी है। आगे ऐसे ही बढ़ा जाता है। भगवान ने आपको जिम्मेदारी दी है, ये मत समझना कि मेरी कंपनी ने जिम्मेदारी दी है, ये मत समझिए कि मुझे इस काम में जिम्मेदारी दी है। आपकी ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी उसने दी है जिसने आपको यहाँ भेजा है। आप काम चाहे कुछ भी करें, कोई भी आपका ऑनर हो, कोई भी आपका एम्प्लॉयर हो, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, क्योंकि सॉल सबसे बड़ी है, भगवान सबसे बड़ा है। मेरी सॉल मेरा गुरु है, मेरी सॉल मेरा यूनिवर्सिटी है, मेरी सॉल मेरा प्रोफेसर है, मेरी सॉल मेरा एम्प्लॉयर है, मेरी सॉल मेरा जॉब है, मेरी सॉल मेरी दुनिया है, क्योंकि मेरे साथ इसको जाना है। मेरा शरीर भी मेरा नहीं है, लेकिन सॉल मेरी है। कितनी भी इसको मैं एम्पावर करूं, कितना भी मैं इसको एनरिच करूं, मेरी सीवी मेरी सॉल से बनेगी। इस जमीन के अलावा जो सीवी होती है, जो भगवान के एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए भगवान के डोमेन में जो सीवी होती है, जो सीवी होती है क्यूरिकल मेटाई, उसको वहाँ सॉल ही जाएगी, वहाँ सॉल ही अपनी फाइल में जाएगी। इस बात को समझना चाहिए। मजाक नहीं मैं कर रहा, मैं सच बात कर रहा हूँ। मैंने देखा भी है, मैंने समझा भी है कि सॉल की कोई लिमिट नहीं है। वो इतने लिमिट है कि आप सोच नहीं सकते, इतने अनलिमिटेड है कि आप देख नहीं सकते। आसमान छोटा पड़ जाएगा आपकी सॉल के सामने। सॉल में इतनी शक्ति होती है कि वो आसमान को भी क्रॉस कर जाएगी। आपको समझ नहीं आएगी, क्योंकि आपके अंदर वो विश्वास नहीं है, आपके अंदर वो स्टेमिना अभी नहीं है, आपके अंदर वो खुंदक नहीं है जो होनी चाहिए। खुंदक का मतलब गुस्से वाली खुंदक नहीं, माइंड वाली खुंदक। एक ऐसी डिटर्मिनेशन जिसके सिवाय हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते। क्या हो, जब मैं देख लूं कि कितनी परसेंट बाकी है, 89%। मैंने सिर्फ हिंदी में इसलिए बोला कि लोगों को समझ तो कुछ आए, खाली इंग्लिश से ही तो काम नहीं चलता ना। खैर, इंग्लिश में जो ज़रूरी है सबको जानने के लिए, therefore try to understand solve. My proposition is, my suggestion is, you have to understand solve. How does it work? It is very important part of life, and it is to be seen, it is to be done. Just a minute, let me put on again, so that it's very dim, photo is very dim. Sorry, again. I just wanted to see bright picture. I could not see because the battery was closed or switched off, and I have to put on my device also to on again. All right. So, my dear sir, my dear friends, my dear colleagues, try to understand Saul. This is my request. Particularly those who are educated, who are in profession, in whatever profession you are, in whatever level you are. If you are able to understand Saul, your soul first, and then soul of others. Or you can say, Saul doesn't mean, you have to be religious. I'm not talking about that. I'm not religious at all. But I'm very much religious if I talk of Saul, because my religions are original. My faith is original, not through earth faiths. Whatever faiths available on earth, these are earth faiths. I don't accept them for myself. I accept that faith which is God. Whatever name it is, it doesn't matter, because that resides in me. And that resides not only in me, but also in you. It's up to you to feel it, to identify it, to understand it. And if you cannot understand, you try to understand. God resides in you and in everyone. Otherwise, you cannot survive. You cannot live. You cannot think. You cannot do. Otherwise, you cannot be healthy. You cannot be intellectual. You cannot do anything if that power is not part and parcel of your body. or whosoever body, not only human body, but every other body too. We have to be very concerned about this, very serious about this, based on my life experience, despite having engineering education and experience and long experience. I many decades, 4 decades, and experience in without professional life. I can say that it is very interesting to know about itself. I'm not relating it to spiritualism, no, not at all. I'm not relating to anything else except how to use it. It's now mediation, nothing at all. I'm not saying you do yoga, no, no requirement. Yoga is never soul related. I'm not saying meditation, no, it's only delusion. Your work, concentration of work, in depth work, continuation of work, that itself is more important, more powerful than yoga, more powerful than meditation. Your meditation should be direct through mind to God. That is real one. Others are all delusive, and no weight at all in those considerations. Here I'm talking about something that you have to use. Engineering says that whatever you do must be used. And God engineered everybody. Myself, my body is a product of God. So it is a product. This means I am an engineered body. Everyone is engineered body. So if I am an engineered project by that power, not by earth power, then it must be used for that power. Because if product is not used, there is no quality in God, you can say. If this product is not used for welfare of world or improvement of earth, then there is certainly existence of deficiency in quality issue of God itself, which is not correct. There can be nothing as such. This means there exists deficiency in product because of lapse of product's understanding about power of that product, which is power of the soul. Maybe sometimes your appliances doesn't work because your transmission of energy is not right, or fuse is not right, or some wire is not right. So it doesn't work. But you cannot say appliance is bad. There may be some defect in appliance that can be corrected, and appliance is this body. So everything is delivered to me permanently at time of birth, and it remains continuous, short or long supply as and when required. That point we have to understand till I go back to my original place. And that is where I have to understand. We can call that word soul or atma or whatever you can say. I'm not confined to my terminology. You can use your terminology without having or without being controlled by anybody else. That's why I say you are controller, but you have to organize first. And that organization is that you have to understand yourself. If you understand your organization, you can control it. And we call in English phrasing self control. You have to control self. And if you control self, you can train self. Control means you can train yourself soul wise, you can train yourself energy wise, you can self you can self control your mind, you can self control your sentiments, you can self control your working hours, you can self control your pleasure, you can self control what is your objective in life you want to attain. And that is very significant part of soulology, you may say, soul word you may say, or only soul you may say. It's up to you again, I say. Organize and then control, not just control wild. You cannot control wild or control nothing. You have to say 1 unit at least if you want to control. And control is very important for everybody. If I can control, you can control. Control and control and control becomes itself certain kind of organization. So you consider sequences of controls, and these controls together, if I put the work, and that itself system, and that system can be called organization. So you can say you can extend your organization without having any limits. You can branch out, and then you control. So you shall be master of everyone. You shall be boss of your own control. Your mind may be one, but there will be many, many information in that mind. Your layers may be generated. You increase size. You can increase size of your aura. You can increase information that you can delete information. You can add information, and you can memorize whatever you wish, or you can, if you not memorize, you can analyze whatever you say. And analysis gives you in-depth studies and more information, which is very significant. Medically, I'm not talking body functions, I'm not talking, I'm talking that whatever is ultimate, once your mind is under your control, your soul is under your control, then you have everything in your hand. Because if you control your soul is powerful. It can control others also. Just like we can say high pressure water moves to high pressure, low pressure one, high power or voltage power moves to low voltage. Likewise, you can say higher strength of your soul and mind can control others' mind also, because of size of your aura enhances, it extends more and more, it enlarges, and it overlaps, or it contains, it goes through. So others are contained with this. So you can know what others are doing. It's no tantra I'm saying. It's not telepathy. It is not that. It is work of mind, which is only original work in this world and in every world of universe or universes. You, in that case, are not alone. You have got delegation, you have got authority, you have got power, you have got key. So you are a kind of key personal or representative or agent of that power which controls every part of universe, including solar system. This is very important talk, very important phenomenon I'm talking. It's not simply soul, but soul engineering, you can say. How to design your soul from energy you get. It's up to you how to design it, how to keep it, how to have labor on this, how to correlate it, because it is your control, your organization, how you relate it to your structure of mind and structure of body. How can you move like this? It's in your hands. Once you have that capacity, then you are really, you can say, an organized person in profession or elsewhere. You shall be very calm but very brilliant. You shall not find any problem that you cannot solve. You shall analyze every problem, solve it. That is very important. Problem means problem, but solution is answer of problem. Resolution is answer of solution. Therefore, I say problem can never survive if you can analyze it. Enemy of problem is analysis. Analysis is track, right track. And analysis leads to synthesis, because once you analyze every consideration, there shall be so many answers, and you can link those answers, and that you can say that is process of synthesis. So analysis and synthesis are linked but opposite to each other. Analysis is detailed study of every part of that, but synthesis combination of all results. So analysis and synthesis, and your problem does not exist anywhere. Analysis exists to further knowledge, further development, and synthesis can be further enforced. Likewise, you can say. So that is artificial organization you are producing, artificial everything. So this is now your own can salesman work, but ultimately don't forget it is your own delegated only, not original. Original is that. Oh, my friend, my boss, my honor, my everything, that is superpower. My guru, my teacher, my friend, my, you can say, guide, whatever you can say, it's up to you. Nobody is going to stop that, and that is very powerful. Sainam, it's very interesting to know about that. I'm not saying that I have got certain fears or certain cowardice. I got certain scares in my mind. No, I don't have any scares. I don't care for what people think of, what they think of superstition, or it is religious belief, or it is this or that. Don't do this, it shall happen. Don't do this, that shall happen. I don't consider such beliefs, because these are not scientifically approved. These have got no substance in them, and we should not waste time on that, because there is no power in world which cannot come in mind, and mind is most powerful. Don't just measure its capacity in line to whatever certificate of education you get. Measure it in what's capacity. You start thinking that you are everything in this world, and you can do everything. You can do whatever you think, and you try to do that. Of course, there may be many constraints that you have to overcome. You have to pass over to others, and you have to take supports from others if it is required. But ultimately, power is power. Soul power cannot be defined in one line. It cannot be defined in by some scientific way. It cannot be defined. But I'm saying my personality building is important, and soul is my food. Soul is my powerhouse. Soul is my energy. I cannot define more than that, because I am soul everywhere in my body, and I can extract soul, or other powers can give me soul as and when required, and this can be taken back if I don't use them. Keep in mind, if you don't use them, these may go somewhere else. But if you are happy, if you are energetic, if you are spirited, you shall work and work. Even if you are not paid for that, don't worry, because your balance is increasing there in that account, which is not CAG account, or which is not chartered accountancy work. That is that chartered accountant sitting unknown place at number 5. I told you before. I'll be back on that. Now I'm just trying to explain the deliberate to do my conception. I'm not saying you accept this, not at all. But time will tell you that you may speak in this way or in other way, but it will tell you same, meanings will be same, implication will be same, and you will say, oh, that is right. That person told me something like that. I did not care at that time, but I'm feeling it in this way. Don't worry. Don't worry if you forget me. I don't worry about that. It's not my face that you have to care about. It is power of soul, because you start getting something in your soul. Your soul is getting enriched more significantly than uranium. Uranium refers to enrich that. Your mind is much more powerful than enriched uranium, because it can control entire world positively, negatively, whatever will you want to say. But always remember, construction or improvement or making up always is very significant. It requires energy, it requires hard work, it requires determination, it requires concentration, it requires coordination, it requires brilliance, it requires whatever else you think can be, and it goes on and on and on and on. No one can stop it. Irrespective of fact that you don't get money, money has no place there. Because money can buy you something, but you already got money in form of your body, in form of natural energy, in form of soul. It is no money can buy soul, no money can buy your body, no money can buy your thinking, no money can do anything or whatever you think your money can do. Money got no place here. It is power of God, power of soul. So don't underestimate yourself. Don't try and buy money only, because money shall not go with you, but the soul envelope shall go with you and with everybody. That is very important point. This body is like hardware. We have to use it very hard. We have to use with hard work. People may call it smart work, no problem. Hard work and smart work, and that is what way you can do. And I find myself happy with that, pleased with that. I don't know how, really, believe me. I don't, when I start this video, I don't know what I shall talk to you, but it happens. It's just I feel I'm chatting with you, I'm talking with you, though there is no one here, but my voice shall be, shall reach somewhere. I have this concentration in my mind, that this is going in air or in system, and you will get it. Don't worry. Don't attend my talk, don't attend anything. But energy is never wasted. It can be stored somewhere. You'll get it later on, maybe after I leave this world. You get it. Doesn't It is forever. It is said, is said, is said, is said. Well, I'll take your leave now. I'll be back. You don't worry that I'm running away. I don't know. I'll come to you again to explain more and more, because I don't know myself what I'm talking about. But I only try to convince that get some benefit of this. I only say that get some benefit of this if you can. I cannot guarantee anything, but it is guaranteed that you shall get benefit. Now, what sort of benefit you get, that depends upon what is your profession, what you are working, what is your capacity, and where do you want to reach. It depends upon that. Forget your education that has gone behind. Now you are advancing. Education is only a unit of that. That's only a part of that. You are getting more and more and more education in work, and that is really work, because you are taking rest. You're spending money. You're spending natural resources. You are doing go your energy. You are going to live and build yourself, and that's why it is very important that we should not stick to what I say money only. Money is required in life, but soul is required throughout life. Money is required only for work, for some activity, but soul is required for every activity. Every activity without soul cannot be accomplished. We have to be clear about that. And if you are clear, I think you can understand everything. Maybe your mind starts working. If it's not working, and one day you'll say, oh, my mind has become very strong now. It was not strong 6 months back, but now it doesn't allow me to sit down. It says, no, you work more, you think more. I think whatever given to me in job form, I do more than that, and I feel good sleep. And sleep also, I see answers. I see answers of my problems. I feel to solve, and that is very important item that this gives us. I take your leave now. Thank you very much. Meet you again next time.